Hi there, fellow actors. It's Michael Kostroff. This week I want to talk a little bit about acting teachers, which is tricky because I am an acting teacher, which is also, by the way, something I never thought I would do because I don't think I know what I'm doing. But they keep coming back. That's on them. Um, I don't set myself up as a standard because I'm just not even highly trained, and we just sort of figure things out together. However, um, I hear a lot of stories about abusive teachers. I'm going to just call them abusive. I'm cutting to the chase here. There is this idea that some acting teachers have that by tearing you down, they're building you up, or they tear you down and then they build you up, or that somehow that's the way to get to your true self or something. I don't really understand that idea, frankly. And there are actors who feel like that that's what makes the experience authentic for them. And I'm concerned about it. I will tell you that in my experience, there are very few actors who need any assistance tearing themselves down. I'm not going to pay somebody to lower my self esteem because I get that for free. I can do that for myself. I get that for free. So um, I don't thrive in an atmosphere where somebody is making me feel incapable or stupid or less than or dishonest or anything else. I just don't thrive in that. Um, and I think a lot of what I'm interested in as a teacher is building up the actors' authority about their work because that's hard to come to. I'm having tremendous growth in that area right now at 63 years old. After working in the for so long, um, trying to build up confidence in my own authority about what works for me and what doesn't work for me. And um, I think it's very hard to do good acting work if you've been kept in a state of instability or a state of insecurity about whether can even do it. Um, Listen, I'm going to be really interested in the responses to this video because if there are some of you who say, "Hey, I had a teacher who made me feel terrible, and I was so glad that I had him or her because I became a much better actor." I want to hear. I can only speak for myself as a student. It doesn't do anything for me. I want to say this to you though: if you're in a class where the teacher is abusive, belligerent, makes you feel bad, tears you down, whatever, you don't have to stay there. You don't have to prove anything. You don't have to tough it out. I want to encourage you to follow your instincts. Um, Ask if it's making you a better actor or not. Ask if it's worth it. Even if you are becoming a better actor, is it worth it to have that experience? Uh, you don't have to stay there. That's not the only kind of experience you can have as an acting student. And um, God, I really love actors. I love my fellow actors. I'm very exclusive about who gets into my class because I only invite people who I think are really terrific and who I want to work with. And I think they're all badasses. I take it personally when they don't get cast in something. And again, I don't mean that to sound like bragging. I just mean that's to me that's the right way to be. You know, I've had very encouraging acting teachers in my life. And I'm so grateful for them because, I'm inclined to think I'm mediocre at best, and I think that's how most of us land. So I just want to say that's not an obligatory part of acting training. Let's just say that you're not obliged to put yourself through um, that kind of boot camp experience. There are other ways to do it. I think that actors grow in their work when it's like watering flowers, like letting the flowers bloom. I feel like actors become better actors and grow in their work and grow in their sense of authority. I don't want to say confidence, authority about their work when they are encouraged and celebrated And I guess I don't want any acting teacher who isn't interested in involving the actor in the discussion about the character in the scene. I love my acting teacher, Carl Burry, who is probably watching because he watches these every week. Uh, I love that when the scene finishes, the first thing he says is, "What do you think? What do you think?" He wants to hear from the actor first. And I've started to do that same thing. Thank you, Carl. I've started to do that same thing because, again, that's the person who is responsible for carrying the life of the character, whether it's in a scene in class, whether it's on set, whether it's for an audition. You have been invested with the authority of carrying that little life for a few minutes. So what you have to say is important. You know, I had a bit of a difficult time when I was doing Les Mis. I mean, it was great to be doing Les Mis, but I had a bit of a difficult time because the director and I had a choreographer, and they sort of came in pasting these ideas on me. And I finally said, you know, I'm hearing a lot of discussion about Thénardier, the character, but you know who's not being included in that discussion is Thénardier, me. So uh, you might want to hear some of my thoughts about the character, or collaborate with me on getting to the characterization that you want. So it, you know, and I know that was cheeky of me, but um, I think if you're going to be playing a character even for a moment, and you're looking for some authenticity, you get to weigh in on that. All right, I'm getting verbose today. I'm getting verbose. I thought this was going to be a very short video. Don't have an abusive acting teacher. But anyway, I went off on a tangent, so shoot me. Um, friends, let me know what you think about this whole concept, and feel free to share your horror stories. I like it's good if we can commiserate and support each other. But bottom line, you don't have to be in a class with an abusive teacher, and I recommend that you don't. See you next week. Bye.